answering a listener question from the comments. This was pretty interesting, I think. I like it. If a guy buys a new pistol, in your opinion, what should the focus of the first couple of mags at the range be used for? Or what would you recommend for a good getting to know your new pistol drill? Well, just so happens I've done this recently a few times, so I've got some stuff to say. If I'm taking the pistol to the range, or if someone just gives me their gun and says like, hey, try this gun, let me know what you think. Normally I'm going to just shoot doubles with it for the magazine or whatever's in it. Maybe a few rounds, 2, 3, 4 rounds, just to feel what the trigger's like or how much it recoils, that kind of stuff. After that, I normally just shoot doubles. The reason is I'm just kind of seeing if I grip the gun properly, how the sight tracks, how close together the shots go, that kind of stuff. Just how controllable it feels like it is, how the frame feels in my hand, if it feels like the gun's slipping, if it has enough traction, kind of all those things, just observing how the gun feels in recoil. So recently, it's been a couple years, I guess, when I switched to Walther PDPs or started training with them, the first, probably no exaggeration, 5 or 6 trips to the range, I just took one target and I just did the doubles drill. So I was just talking about the predictive shooting drill, and then just reactive shooting. So sight press, sight press, sight press, trying to shoot with very high accountability, shooting a 6-shot drill into it's 7 yards, probably a 1-inch square, wanting all shots to go into a 1-inch square, just bouncing, so it's bop, 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 bop. As soon as the sight came back down, I just pressed the trigger, just trying to have really pinpoint accuracy, just reacting to the sight picture, and then being really critical of my placement of my hands in the frame and being able to press the trigger independently without shoving into the gun or trying to control recoil. So that's really what I spend still to this day. If I'm recently, I got Parker Mountain Machine sent me a comped slide for my Walther PDP. I took that thing at the range. All I did was just, once it was zeroed, a handful of rounds, I just started shooting doubles with it. Just seeing how little input I had to do with it. How did it feel? How much did it recoil? Just all those kind of things. So when you're getting up to speed with the gun, I think marksmanship fundamentals is the most important. So the doubles drill, I really like. The predictive and the reactive shooting, just working on your grip. So rapid fire shooting into one target. Everything else you could do in dry fire, whether it's working on your draws, target transitions between multiple targets, mag changes. You don't really need that much ammunition for any of that stuff. Well, especially not the gun handling stuff. Target transition, of course, you're going to want to shoot some ammo to validate the way it feels or what you're seeing or just getting used to the gun, that kind of stuff. But for the best use of your ammo, especially on a new gun, for me, it's just going to be marksmanship. So just slow group shooting enough to get it zeroed. So maybe it's 20 rounds, maybe it's 30 rounds, maybe it's 10 rounds. That's it. Once it's zeroed, it'll be the reactive shooting. So trying to just stack all my bullets into just the smallest little 1-inch kind of square that I can, from 7 and 10 yards, something like that. And then doing the doubles drill, the predictive shooting from starting at 5, 7, 10, something like that, going back to 15, probably stretching it back to 20 yards along the way, and then kind of everywhere in between, but probably the bulk of it happening around the 10 and 15 yard marks, really rapid fire shooting, and then wanting a fist size group out of that. So trying to stack my shots as close as I can, creating or trying to attach cause and effect. So for instance, I saw a shot go somewhere I didn't intend to, and then I had this feeling with my hand. So maybe I had the sensation where I felt like I was pulling the trigger a little bit sideways, or I felt like I was pushing into the gun, or I thought maybe it was getting away from me, my support hands coming out of contact with it, and it seemed like it was recoiling more than it should. Kind of anything along those lines, just getting very tuned into the grip, how it feels in my hands, and then while it's a new pistol that I'm getting used to, seeing if somewhere needs maybe skateboard tape or some traction or different grips maybe, if it has removable grip panels if the grips don't fit my hand, any of those kind of things that I'm working on addressing to make sure the gun fits me well, it fits my hands, I like the way it works, kind of all that kind of stuff. So, and then, I mean, fast forward down the road, that's something I'm still working on constantly, but initially that's the stuff I've spent the bulk of it on, just rapid fire shooting, does it fit my hands, and is there any issues I'm seeing that I need to sort out? Another thing could be maybe the reach to the trigger is too far, or the trigger shoe doesn't work because I'm pressing the trigger from the side on the shoe and I'm not able to get around to the front of it to press the trigger straight back. Instead, I'm pressing into the trigger from the side. Any of those kind of things. So just kind of observing what happens. And in the end, it's just marksmanship, making sure I can shoot the gun straight and accurately at a very accountable speed and at rapid fire, and just getting used to the way the gun feels in my hands. Then after that, multiple targets running around, all that stuff comes into play more. During a dry training, I still cycle through all that stuff. But the live ammo is going to mainly go towards the marksmanship stuff. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them below. I do read through the comments, try to answer as many as I can. And if it's a comment that has enough to it that I can't just answer in a sentence or two, then I'll just make a video like this one. So anyway, like, share, subscribe, all that garbage if you want to. Appreciate you watching.